15 Red podcast on Facebook and YouTube after this. Episode 30, I believe. I think we're on now.
31.
31. There you go. You know, he corrected me the last time. Good evening, Scott.
Very good evening, Graham, and a belated happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it was a lovely day. Just got to say, I spent it with my family. It was really nice going to the canal and the park, and yeah, just a really nice day out, as you probably saw on some photos.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening, Northern Ireland, Scott, and good morning to you, Mike, in Vancouver. I'm just going to call you Correctiveness Mike. That's why you do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's got to be done, hasn't it? So, how are we, guys? Since our last episode, number 29, of course, when we were talking to Marcus Stead, which was a very good interview. Of course, we apologised about that, and we did clear up, say, the sound issues. It was my phone, terrible upgrades and stuff like that. But on episode 30, you guys covered very good episode, good content, and they're talking about the Clive Everton episode, saying that we've got to have an hour of just dedicated to Clive Everton. Absolutely spot on, guys, and I think you did well that episode.
Thank you very much, Graham.
Yep. No problem at all. So first of all, we're going to Scott, I think, about the Tour Championship. Well,
the Pro Series.
That's ending today, isn't it?
Yes, we're in the final group of Pro Series action, the 21st day of play, and the birthday boy today, Mark Williams, is currently in line to win the cheque for £20,000 as champion, because he's top of the group on 12 points, followed by Sam Craigie on 9, Joe Godong on 9, Ali Carter on 6, Judd Trump on 6, Kyron Wilson, Stuart Bingham and Jack Lazowski are all on 3. So Mark Williams currently in pole position.
A very good performance from Mark Williams, really. Just before the Worlds as well. You know, if he can win that Pro Series, that'll be a good boost for him, won't it?
Yes, and I mentioned to Mike off air that actually it will keep him ahead of Trump on ranking titles, because they're currently on 22 each. So this will be Williams' 23rd, obviously.
Yeah, and that also falls in line with the Tour Championship as well, doesn't it?
Yes, although Mark Williams hasn't done that.
With the ranking event, no, but with the ranking events as well, we're talking about Lazowski and Wilson. They're important match, isn't it?
Yes, depending on where they finish in this group, and they're currently 6th and 8th, but depending on where they finish, it will determine their placings for the Tour Championship. Yeah.
So that's interesting. That'll be an interesting finish to see where they end up. Because for the Tour Championship, of course, they are 6th and 7th, aren't they?
Yep. Yes, indeed.
So just to talk about the Tour Championship as well, which starts tomorrow, Judd Trump against Barry Hawkins, John Higgins against Ronnie O'Sullivan, confirmed. Neil Robertson isn't confirmed yet to play Jack Lazowski, that's what it's saying, and Mark Selby isn't confirmed yet, but he might be taking on Kyron Wilson at the moment. But that's all subject to change, of course. But then quarter-final matches at the Tour Championship are best of 19 frames.
Yeah, so, best of 19 all the way through that, actually.
All the way through it, yeah. So who do we think will win tonight, guys? What's your predictions for tonight of the Tour for the Pro Series?
Williams still be top, I think.
Absolutely, I agree there. I think he's got a 6-point lead over Ali Carter. Sam Craigie's done well though to finish 3rd, hasn't he?
Finished 2nd, you mean?
Well, he's joint 2nd. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's joint 2nd. He's got to play Ali Carter, and that's the big one actually, because if he beats Ali, he could jump above him. So that'll be very interesting. Yeah,
indeed.
And then of course Craigie after that faces Lazowski.
Yeah.
Basically, if Williams
Yeah.
wins one of his next 2 matches, he's won the thing.
Yeah, and he's got to face Judong and Bingham. So can we see him getting a win out of them two? Yeah.
Definitely against Judong, I would think.
Yeah, I think Williams could beat Gudong. Although, having said that, Gudong has been doing well lately. He has had some good results.
And bear in mind, these are only
he's
best of 3, so anything can happen.
Yeah, and he's in 4th place on 9 points as well.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's doing very well. Yeah, and like I say, Gudong, he's quality, Gudong, and I think he could do well at World Champs actually. If he
qualifies.
World Champ. If he qualifies, yeah, I think he'd do well. So on to Mike. Any news?
No, we could. I was just going to quickly go over the Trump Hawkins because they're confirmed. They're head-to-head.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
For the Tour Championship, they're guaranteed to play. So the last time they played, it was in the German Masters, and Barry was leading 5-1, only for Judd Trump to come back and win 6-5. And I remember that was actually a very good match. So, and also
Trump made 3 consecutive centuries in that match.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, exactly. That's where we're at. That should be a pretty good best of 19.
Yeah, definitely. You always look forward to the longer matches, don't we? Really. I think it was Marcus Stead who said the other day. He said I haven't took much notice of the Pro Series because they're very, very short matches.
Yep.
And I think the Tour Championship's going to be a little bit more interesting with the longer frames. So, yeah, without a doubt.
Also, we've also got Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins. Look like they're going to lock horns again for the 4th time this season.
Yeah, and I think in head-to-heads so far this season, I think Higgins is in front.
Yep. I believe he beat Masters and the Players Championship, and I think that's it. Maybe there's one more. Scott, do you know if there's another one?
Yeah,
no,
right,
it's only the third. It'll be only the 3rd time they've played this season. So, but it's 2-0 to Joe. But
Correct.
Overall, it's 34-30 to Ronnie with 3 draws.
Yep, that's correct. And also 11 each in quarterfinals. So
this season?
Quarterfinal match. So,
this season or overall?
Overall.
Overall, yeah. So,
So
it's his mouth-watering contest, that. But of course, Higgins is slightly playing the best snooker at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he could knock Ronnie out of that.
He could.
He hasn't been playing.
Because Ronnie doesn't seem sometimes too interested, like we said before. And Higgins is playing absolutely tremendous. So
yeah, it'd be an interesting battle for sure.
Yeah. Especially over 19 frames. Yeah. So much better than the obviously best of 3s.
Yeah, well, you know, I call these two the greatest rivals of all time. I know they're not rivals in the sense of a Mark Selby, Ronnie O'Sullivan, for example, but they've just produced so many classic moments over the years.
Absolutely, yeah. And one notable one that I remember was from 2001 when they had that final together, and then they also had the Masters final together, didn't they? So like I say, they've had some good tussles.
Yep, absolutely correct.
And they played in 18 finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every position a lot. In some matches they've played against each other. They played a lot.
I know. I mean, we didn't include the Championship League in the head-to-head for obvious reasons, but if you do include the Championship League, their match in the Tour Championship will be their 73rd match against each other as professionals, which is a record.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Okay, so we've just got to say, by the way, before we go into what Scott's got to feature, that on Wednesday night we've got a very special guest. We've got Mr. Cliff Thorburn that's joining us just after 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. So that should be an interesting interview, guys.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
He said he's got. He said he's got many stories for us.
Yeah.
I had a quick, brief chat with him last week, and it was like, wow, Cliff, wow. But yeah, it's we're getting some good guests. We've had Gareth Allen,
Yep.
Marcus Stead, we've had Chris Henry, Jamie Barrett. You know, it's really good.
Dave Hendon.
And Dave Hendon, of course. Yeah.
So,
What a wonderful interview Dave was. Commentator extraordinaire. But he was such a straight, genuine, down-to-earth guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that interview with him.
Yeah, some good opinions as well. So yeah, Cliff Thorburn joins us, and Scott's got a guest for us on Friday night.
I have indeed. Kelly Barker, who is the partner of Chris Downer, who is well known as compiling one of the finest publications available, namely the Crucible Almanac, which for anoraks like me is just like Christmas come early. Because it has literally every stat in the book. So I'm waiting on my copy, but hopefully I'll have it by the time Kelly comes on.
Oh yes. Well,
Very-
we're going to be out of our depth for a bit, Mike, I think.
Yeah, I know. I told him we make sure we get a copy as well.
Absolutely, signed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with about £100 check in it. Yeah. Anyway, so,
They
so
are
that should be an
joking,
interesting
Kelly, don't worry.
conversation. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, we are. Yes, we are. Just what was I just going to cover then? Oh yeah, our Crucible countdown. Of course, we put every day we're putting back games up, old matches up in our what is it, 30 days?
30 days, 30 matches.
30 days, 30 matches. And so far we've had games like Matthew Stevens against Ian McCulloch, Willie Thorne against Steve Davis. Sorry, Willie Thorne against Stephen Hendry. Sorry, it was actually Stephen Hendry's debut, that match against Willie Thorne, which Willie Thorne won, of course. We've had Hendry against Ronnie in the semi-final. That was a good pick from Scott, I believe. Yeah,
Yes.
Versus Hunter.
Yeah. And was it Kirk Stevens, Jimmy White was in there as well?
Kirk Stevens and Jimmy White.
Yeah. So we've had some good picks there. We've also had Johnson versus Griffiths quarterfinal. Was that part of it as well?
Well, that was I was having a conversation with Craig Mills, and he was talking about that old match, and I tried to find it for him. So
Higgins against Davis, of course, where Davis won that amazing matchup in the last 16. And of course Ronnie against Mark Allen as well from a second round match in 2009.
Yeah.
So there's some really good picks, guys, in them 30 countdown, I think.
Yeah.
All for the World
Can I just
Championship,
go
of course.
through today's a little bit? Can I just go through today's a little bit then?
Yeah, I'm just coming to it, Scott. So, which brings us nicely into Scott's feature of the 1999 semi-final matchup between Hendry and O'Sullivan.
Well, Clive Everton called this the match from the gods, and it really was. I mean, 8 centuries and 14 breaks over 50. I mean, it was like we talk about classic Crucible matches. The standard there from start to finish was just unbelievable. From 10-0 to 12-0, right? From 10-0 to 12-0, 4 consecutive centuries, and Ronnie missed the pink for a maximum.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hard to believe that.
it was. I was watching it earlier on a little bit, and I was like, this game, like you say, Clive Everton built it, the creme of creme, the creme of the creme.
I mean,
You know, the two top players in the world at that time, that particular time.
Yep.
Unbelievable. And to
Great.
think back on it, guys, I was thinking, 21 years,
22 this year.
22
It'll be-
years. That's the mathematician. Well, I'm not a mathematic. I'm not a walking mathematic.
Yeah,
But yeah, stunning. Like I say, the two top players in the world at that particular time, going toe to toe, blow for blow, with centuries. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
pick, Scott. That was a very good pick.
like,
Very good pick for
and by the way, again, the anorak in me's coming out here, but 4 centuries in a row by both players has been done 3 times. That one in 1999.
Wow.
In 2019, Barry Hawkins and Kyron Wilson made 4 in a row between them. And last year, Kurt Mafflin and Dave Gilbert made 4 in a row between them in the first round. You know, so you're
Yeah.
talking about a feat of scoring that has only ever been done 3 times at Sheffield. That's how good it was.
Yep.
Yeah, just one of them matches that you don't really get. You never really get, but you know, that match between lately, the final between Trump and Higgins. To say that final had everything.
2019, that was
You know,
like 27 frames. That final lasted with 11 centuries. Like,
yeah, 18-9. I mean, he absolutely hammered him, didn't he?
Yeah.
In that
and I
final.
mean, in those 9 frames, John made 4 centuries, so he didn't play badly. He just couldn't
Yeah.
get a shot.
No, he didn't play badly. And Trump was an absolute relentless. Just bang.
And
You know, every frame he got down, he was just knocking him in.
I mean,
It's unbelievable. Absolutely
I mean,
unbelievable
it
final.
was, what it was that, like, they came out in the first session 4-all there, right? They came out 4-all. You're thinking this is fairly even, and then Trump wins the next 8 frames 7-1 to go 12-5 overnight.
Yeah. I've just got to say hello to somebody. Mark Robert Wilcox. Is that what he? Do you know him, guys? Anybody? No.
No.
Mark Robert Wilcox. Sorry. He says, great chat, guys. Hello and great chat. Hello,
Yeah.
Mark.
Hello,
see you.
Mark.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
So
Or
thanks
good
for
to
joining me.
hear from you
Yeah,
at
he said,
least.
yeah. Absolutely. Just to say, in the World Championships that's coming up soon, starting in April the 17th.
Yep.
It's coming, guys. It's coming. It's like waiting for Christmas Day, isn't it? It's really.
Yeah.
But we are going to start doing by next week. We're going into an episode covering finals. So just finals, nothing else. So for one episode, it'll be 1977, the first year of the Crucible, up until 1982. Then it'll be 83 to 86, 87 to 91, 92 to 96, and so on. But we'll explain as we go further on during that. And then the package show that's just me on my own the day before the championship, where I've got a load of package videos to show you and just, throw some out there. Then we've got the world draw, of course, the day after the qualifiers.
Yep.
Indeed, yes.
We'll be covering that live.
Mike said he's going to get up. It doesn't matter what time it is. He's
That's
up.
fine. No problem. I'm up for it.
So yeah, that should be.
I think what we're going to do for that is we're going to, obviously World Snooker Tour will conduct the draw, but what we'll do is we'll talk through it as they pick the matches out. Is that right?
That is correct.
That's correct. Yeah.
Instant.
If we could somehow get the draw live through the stream. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll try. We'll try our very best. We'll try our very best. So we've got fantasy snooker as well, guys, that we haven't done for a very, very long time.
Yes.
We haven't made the table up for a long time. Now, I will tell you who's in there already, just for those who are new to this. Basically, we're picking 2 players from any part of the world rankings, and we're putting them into like a points rated system. So these are the guys we've got so far. We've got David Gilbert, Ding Junhui, Liang Wenbo, Martin Gould, Tepshire Unnu. We've got Alexander Ersenbacher, Elliot Slesler, Fraser Patrick, Jackson Page, James Cahill, Jamie O'Neill, Lillian Boyko, Martin O'Donnell, and Sonny Kinney. So we're about to add to them now, guys. And the first one we're going to come to from absolutely nowhere. We'll come to Scott first, and then Mike can voice his opinion on it as well. Ricky Walden.
Well, based on
Oh, that was it.
based on career record, you'd probably have to give him a 3 or a 4 there. Probably a 3, I would say.
Well, I wouldn't give him a. I think 3 is a much better number than 4. He's
won 3 ranking titles, so that's fair enough.
Yeah.
3 then. Let's go.
His
3.
world ranking, if you want to go by world ranking, of course, his world ranking is 33. So he's nearly in the top 32.
Yep.
Nearly
Yeah,
there.
but he's had some back problems,
Yeah,
so he's been higher than that, of course.
Okay. So we're going with a 3-point player for Ricky.
Yep.
Yes,
I think
indeed.
that's fair.
Okay. Over to Mike. Over to Mike for the next one. We'll go with Kyron Wilson. That's a big name.
Well, for me, he's got to be a 4. I mean, he's capable of winning ranking events. He's right.
And he's won 4 ranking events as well.
Yeah, 6 in the world at the moment.
6 in the world. So yeah, for me, he's a 4.
Scott, would you say?
Yeah, 4, that's fair enough. Mike and I agree on something, I don't believe it.
Kyron Wilson. Kyron Wilson's in at 4 points, and he's our first 4-pointed player, by the way.
Yep.
So there you go. That's covered the fantasy. Now, Mike, you wanted to talk a little bit about Barry Hearn.
Yes, for all the topics that we've covered on all of our episodes here, we're forgetting Barry Hearn. So I think it's time we talk about him and his role and what he's meant and what he's done for snooker. So Scott, I'll start with you.
Oh, before you go there, before you start, guys, we've had a message from Kelly Barker. Saying, hi guys, looking forward to chatting to you on Friday. Maybe the 1994 final will be good as a countdown match, but we've agreed not to put finals in there, Kelly. Just because we're doing special shows on finals. Classic between Hendry and White that went to the decider. But we'll talk about that more. But yeah, there you go. Thanks, Kelly. Hello to and see you on Friday.
What episode of final shows will that one be covered?
That will be in the 92 to 96. So that'll be about show 4.
Okay.
Reply to her and tell her that, will you?
Okay.
So Scott.
Carry on talking about Barry Hearn, guys. Sorry about that.
Scott.
Oh dear, hang on. Just 1 second, sorry. Just 1 second. Just a technical there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Carry on.
All right, so Scott,
yes.
What is Barry Hearn's legacy? We can talk about that, and then I have a follow-up question that we talking about after that. So let's get started on Barry's legacy.
A thriving professional circuit, in a sentence.
Yep.
Because you've got to understand, and you'll see this as you read through Clive's book, snooker was really in the doldrums before 2010 whenever he took over. But he just reinvented the whole circuit.
Yeah.
He just reinvented the whole circuit. You know, he's expanded, and we'll get on to how he's expanded in a moment. But what he has done is revolutionary for the game, and he deserves to be recognised for it, respected for it. Or in Kelly Barker's words, he is God.
Yes. I mean, he formed the Matchroom in 1983-84, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yes.
Yes, that's right. He did. He did in 1986.
Is it 86? Okay, all right.
Well, 86 is when Snooker Loopy,
because
that's when Snooker Loopy came out, of course.
Well, that's right. And I think what happened was because he was the manager of Steve Davis.
Correct.
He was, yes.
And then in '85, of course, when Dennis won in '85, he took on Dennis as the manager. He went to manage Dennis as well, and I think he signed a lot up after that.
He did.
And then he got all this. Then Barry Hearn created all these products. He created the Matchroom cigarettes. All snooker tables went into people's houses, you know, little toy snooker tables. He got dolls. Spitting Image took over then, and he accommodated that. All that took over because of him.
Well, he was in charge of the golden era. I mean,
absolutely, he was
under his watch. I mean, the 80s was a defining moment in snooker history. In a good way.
Now, of course,
yeah.
He wasn't on the board of the WPBSA because they didn't particularly like him.
True.
I mean, what a fantastic ambassador he is for not just snooker. What he's done with snooker, he's done with darts, golf, football. I mean, he's the chairman of Leyton Orient football team. Correct. You know, so he's just one of these guys. It's one absolute legend.
Yeah,
you know, in what he's done. Not just that, but 10-pin bowling, pool, table tennis, fishing, you name it. He's actually done it.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Well, do you remember what Marcus Stead said the other night that Clive always talks about when he says that, you know, snooker throughout its history has been run by people by businessmen that didn't know anything about snooker, or by snooker people that didn't know anything about business. Barry Hearn knows both.
Yeah, he knows it all. That's the thing. You can say, "Oh, you know-it-all," somebody, but he is a know-it-all. You know, and he saved snooker as well as Clive Everton did.
He did.
I think he deserves an hour episode too. I think he deserves an hour, without a doubt.
Yeah, I know we can't get into all the details here, but definitely would deserve longer to be discussed, yes.
Yeah, definitely. And the guy is 72 years old. You know?
That's why I mentioned the question. We want to get it in his praise and his respect now, because he could retire at any time.
Yeah.
So,
I'd love to get him on here.
You know, it's funny, I thought about that.
That would be tremendous if we got him.
But he'd probably charge us a fortune.
So with the legacy of Barry Hearn, you know, when he retires, hopefully it's not for a while yet, you know, with all these snooker tournaments, and he does the Q School top-up merit cards and stuff, who's going to take over his role? You know, who would fit a snooker chairman's role?
Well, you see,
it's a tough one.
It's an interesting question, that, because actually, one of the things he did, I was saying this to you yesterday, Mike, off air. One of the things he did when he came in was he split the commercial side of things off from the WPBSA. So the WPBSA, under the chairmanship of Jason Ferguson, they do all the day-to-day running of the circuit, and enforce the rules, and fine anybody for disciplinary offences and things like that. And then Barry Hearn does all the commercial side of it, promotes everything. So splitting those two things off was very important, I think. In terms of who takes that role,
because like I say, it's a big boots to fill. That's the thing, and I'm thinking who's suitable enough to take over that role.
And not only that, will snooker not just survive but thrive under a different leadership? Because if you look at the history, if you go back, it looks like it goes in cycles. Now, I'm not saying snooker's going to take a tumble to the point of what it was back in the 50s and 60s.
No, but I think Barry's got a good foundation base, hasn't he? For whoever takes it on, he has got. But it's still a role to fill. And I'll tell you, for one, I wouldn't like to fill it.
No.
It's a massive
good
responsibility.
Lord. Good Lord, no.
But who do we think personally would take that role? Would it be somebody that's connected in snooker now or outside of it?
Well, he's probably got somebody lined up with Matchroom to come straight over.
Yeah, maybe he has. Yeah, maybe that's a good point, actually, Scott.
Knowing Barry, he's probably got somebody lined up already.
Probably. I don't know who his understudy is, but he doesn't look like retiring at the moment, does he?
No,
not currently.
Agreed.
I hope he doesn't for a long time, because the amount of tours that man has created, and the amount of tours that he's trying to help these underranked players is incredible. What he's done for the game is incredible.
Well, look at the increase in prize money from 3 million to 15 million.
Yeah, I think that's what Marcus Stead was on about. Same in darts as well. The darts fund's gone up high because Barry Hearn stepped in there and did the BDO PDC stuff, and he got the PDC, he got the World Match Play, he got the World Cup. He got everything for darts going. When was the last time, Scott, that the snooker had a World Cup? Because I can't remember the last one.
Well, there has been a World Cup the last couple of seasons, but it's not the traditional format. So the last one under the sort of traditional three-man format would have been probably that Dream Team in '96.
Yeah.
And he had the World Masters in '91, which was like singles, doubles, mixed doubles. Do you remember that, Scott?
Yeah, men's doubles, women's doubles.
Men's doubles, mixed. Like male,
and actually there was an under-16 tournament in that World Masters. And do you know who played in that final? Graham?
No idea. You'd have to tell me.
Which one, sorry?
In the World Masters that was held once in 1991, there was an under-16 tournament. And who was in the final?
Ronnie?
No, it was the other two in the class of '92.
Higgins and Williams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. But yeah, talking about still Barry Hearn, like we say, it's just an incredible thing that he's done. In every parts of his life, I guess. I mean, he's a family man. He's married with 2 children, and he's a multi-millionaire, by the way. He's a multi-millionaire, that guy.
And his son is now a boxing promoter, of course.
He's also an OBE as well. He's the guy is brilliant. I think it's just, and the amount of work that he's done in the pandemic as well is second to none, isn't it?
Absolutely correct. Yep.
Yeah.
The way he's got them snooker tournaments on, the World Championships last year, even though we had to put it back, but it still went ahead regardless. And I couldn't imagine a season without the World Championships taking place, to be honest.
No.
Yeah. No kidding.
I mean, the only reason they could put it back was because of the Olympics getting cancelled. But once the Olympics was clear, we had a slot free, and Barry used it.
Yeah, but again, if it weren't for him, I don't think that World Championships would have gone ahead last year.
Not at all. Not at all.
Agreed.
Yeah. So yeah, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic for Barry, and that's his legacy that he leaves behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although he invented the snooker shootout, and I know Dave likes it, we're a bit like that, you know, but he did invent things like that.
Yeah. Why not? If it works, if it's popular, why not?
Yeah.
Yep. So,
And the Pro
I
Series,
don't know. I'm
because the
still
Pro
a bit
Series went
traditional
around.
on the shootout, to be honest.
What about the Pro Series, Scott, overall of the tournament?
Look, good tournament, good opportunities for youngsters to play, but it's only a time filler.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think the Tour Championships warranted as well?
Oh, yes, yes.
Just before the
Long
World
matches.
Yeah, just before it's a warm up, isn't it? Just beforehand, I think.
Yeah.
yep.
Now, the
Top
first year, they
Right.
did have the China Open after that, but obviously we haven't had the China Open for the last 2 years. But
Oh, the China Open, yeah. The other ones that's coming with him is like the League Championship. That's coming, hasn't it?
yeah, the Championship League.
The Home Nations thing. Yeah, which I know you said you weren't a fan of, Scott, were you, the Home Nations thing? The Home Nations series.
I like it. I like it because you can see lots of snooker, but I just wish they'd make the matches best of 9 in the early rounds instead of best of 7. That's all.
Yeah. No, that's a fair comment. Mike, what do you think to the Home Nation series?
I mean, I like them. I think they're good. I agree with Scott that best of 9. I think because does anyone really like the best of 7s? Like, but
No.
yeah, the concept is good.
We're used to it now, so it's there's no point complaining about it now because it is the way it is. But I'm only saying I would like it to be best of 9.
Yeah, I know we're in a live episode. I'm just going to turn the light on. Just 1 second, guys. Getting a bit dark, so I'll just put the light on. It is live television, obviously, so that looks better, doesn't it? It was getting really dark. As dusk.
Yeah. What's the weather like in Burton-on-Trent presently?
What's the weather? It's a bit overcast at the moment. What I'll do is I'll give you a live sort of weather view as out the window. There you go. That's how the weather's looking at the moment in Burton-on-Trent.
Oh yeah, not bad.
No.
It's not bad at all. Yeah. What's the weather like in Ireland?
Well, things in Northern Ireland are been a bit quiet lately. I was out for a walk this afternoon. It was extremely pleasant, I have to say.
Yeah. Mike, what's it like in Vancouver?
Well, it's dark and looks like it's raining out here. So, but that's okay. It's supposed to be better coming days ahead.
Now, Mike is well known. I know we're going to do another thing. We're going to do is our personal interviews. So we're going to interview each other. That'll be a cool episode. But I will give you a teaser into that, guys. Mike likes his hiking.
Yes, indeed.
He does like his. He goes on 2-3 hour hikings.
Yeah, that's before we were doing these episodes because of the time difference. Every day I was going up to Mount Seymour and getting my steps in, if you will.
Well, where's these photos of this Mount Seymour?
I don't take my phone with me.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
I wake up and I'm gone and I'm back, and that's
Okay, fair enough.
But
Yep.
yeah, I do like my hiking.
And Scott is a churchgoer, an avid churchgoer, aren't you, Scott? You like your hymns?
Indeed, yes. Whether I can sing or not, that's other people to judge. But yes, my faith has always been very important. But I'll expand on that once the personal interview comes round.
Exactly. And you might find Scott, by the way, on his own page, going live, singing his hymns. So, you know, he sometimes does live streamings. And I think you do Bible readings as well, don't you, Scott?
Yes, normally on Friday mornings for the Bible readings, but
yeah. So if you fancy a bit of, if you know, into going to church, but the churches are going back, aren't they, Scott? You said the other day.
Yes,
in Ireland.
most of them in Northern Ireland are sort of coming, you know, because it's coming close to Easter. The government have sort of said you can open close to Easter as long as you maintain the, you know, distancing and masks and so on.
Yeah. And what's it like in America at the minute, Mike? Are we getting things back open a little bit?
Right now in BC, we're doing the vaccine rollout, but they think they're ahead of schedule. So, I mean, I think it's like 5.5 million in BC. So we should be seeing some positive stuff coming maybe within the next 2 or 3 months.
We've got the vaccine rollout here, haven't we, Scott? And we're hoping to get things going in, I think they said the end of May or something like that.
Yes. Well, I'm actually going for my first one on Tuesday, but
oh, nice.
Okay.
In Northern Ireland, we've got half our population vaccinated already.
Are you having the vaccine, Mike?
Well, I mean, if I want my freedom, I don't have any choice. So, but from a health standpoint, I would be much happier just to take vitamin D3 and water every day. But if I've got to do it for my freedom, then I've got to do it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think I'm on the same page there. But they are saying that the government have said people with needle phobias that they're going to introduce a pill that has the vaccination in it. So you just take the pill and then that's like acting as the injection. So, you know, they do take into consideration people with needle phobias, which is good as well.
Yeah.
You know, which is great as well. Anyway.
And of course, on that front, we will have crowds at the World Championship, and God willing, no doubt Kelly will be there.
Yes.
Yeah, we will. And Chris Henry will be there as well.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, good.
Coaching Ryan Day. We know that from him. So that'll be interesting to see how Ryan Day gets on.
Yeah.
If he makes it, of course, he's still got to qualify, I believe.
And if there are any Crucible ticket holders watching, I know there's at least one watching, but if there are any more, you have to have confirmed by the 24th of March whether you want to go or not, I believe.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's right. Yeah, because you've got to pre-book or something. I think that's right.
Yes, because of course the hotels aren't open in England yet, are they? So people would probably have to drive there and home again.
By the way, just to talk about the qualifying for the World Championship, as we're talking about it, there's 16 amateur players selected to participate in the qualifying rounds. And that's what Jamie Barrett was on about, that he didn't get a place, unfortunately. But we've got Connor Benzie, Dylan Emery, Rhian Evans. Yeah, Rhian Evans is in there. Which is quite great to see that women are getting on that tour.
Yeah, well,
I think that's a great idea.
Yep.
It is a great idea. But I don't mean to be, this isn't meant as a sexist remark or anything, but Rhian was on the tour. Rhian was on the tour about a decade ago and didn't do very well, to be quite honest. So I don't mean to trash Rhian. I mean, she's a wonderful person, but it's going to be tough for her. So let's hope that she does well. But don't sort of be expecting her on the TV table every time.
Well, no, but you know, at least my point was, at least she's in there, you know, giving it a crack, and I think that's a very, very good thing.
Yes, I'm not denying that. All I'm saying is it's going to be tough for her.
Yeah, and also there was, if I remember right, Alison Fisher, years and years ago, who used to be the snooker women's world champion.
Yes.
And I think the women's game, you know, the world championship stuff should be covered more, because we don't see enough of women playing snooker. We don't see enough of it. So then we've got another guy I can't mention. I can't really say his name. Ivan Karkovsky.
Okay.
I think that's his name.
Yes,
yeah.
the Russian
Then
fella.
we've got another. Yeah, don't know much about him. And then we've got another woman, of course, Rebecca Kenner.
Yes, who actually who can't, I think, participate in some of her local League Away matches because some of the clubs don't admit women, rather shockingly. But
Oh, right, okay.
but
do you
you
know
know,
much
it's
about
good
her,
that
Mike?
she's there.
Yeah, have you heard much about her, Mike, at all?
Which one?
Rebecca Kenner.
No, I just saw the list. I was surprised to see that name. I know of Rianne, and then there was another Chinese lady, Eng. I forget her first name.
On Yi.
Ning. Yeah, sorry, Ning.
Yeah. So Antonia Kowalski. That's another one.
Yes, the Polish fella, yes.
Yeah, Mark Lloyd, Robbie McGuigan. We've got
Mark Allen's stepson.
Yep.
Yeah, Ben Mertens, Ross Muir, who I've heard of before.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Do you know what Ross Muir's nickname is?
No.
Stenhouse Muir.
The football team. Yeah.
Yes, in Scotland, of course.
And then we've got Florian. Good God. Nubel or something like that. Nubel, is that the name?
Florian Newsale, yes.
Yeah. And Brian Ochoyski, Fergal Quinn, Hayden Stananand,
Yes.
and then we've got View Zhang or something. I can't remember. I don't know that. WUYIZE. Thanks for doing that, guys.
Another one of the Chinese amateurs.
And then we've got Dean Young. That's the 16 amateur players anyway. That's taking place in the qualifiers.
Yes.
Already matches in there. You've got Nigel Bond against Dominic Dale.
Old school there, all right.
I think, is that right? Yeah. And then in the next round, that's in round 2. And in round 3, Matthew Selt against Scott Donaldson.
Oh, now that will be good.
Robert Milkins against Kurt Mafflin.
Oh.
Yeah. Graham Dott against Sonny Akinney.
That's a tasty one.
Tasty one. Ben Wollaston against Martin Gould.
So these qualifying matches are very tasty.
Zington against Fahady.
China versus Iran.
Yeah. In round 2, Chris Wakeling plays. Oh, sorry, I just laughing at Chris Wakeling. So Ian Burns. Nothing against Chris Wakeling, of course, but he plays Ian Burns.
Oh, yeah.
And the last one to mention, Scott, for you, is a tough one, I think, for Jordan Brown. He's got to play Gary Wilson. Gary Wilson.
Oh, that will be a tough one for him.
Yep.
So there's your qualifying rounds, but round 1 hasn't been properly drawn yet at all. So
No.
So there you go.
Interesting. Some interesting matchups for qualifying.
Yeah. So I think that's anything else, guys, to add to the end of today's episode?
I got one quick thing. I got a lock, no lock for you guys.
Okay.
it's a do.
Oh,
It's a
by
new.
the way, we've got. Oh, by the way, we've got to answer this question from Chris Bland. He said, "What do you guys think to the World Qualifiers being best of 11?" Scott.
I'm not a fan of it, really. It should be best of 19 all the way through, but I understand why.
Yeah.
Obviously, COVID reasons, you can't have too many people in the building at once and, holding matches over, but it should be best of 19 by right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the longer matches test the players out. Just like we said earlier, good warm-up for the World Champs.
Thanks to Chris for that question.
Yeah, anything to add to that, Mike? That question then?
I agree. I think it should be best of 19s all the way through the whole thing. I think that's. Is it just temporary? Do you know, or is this a permanent change they've made? I'm not sure.
Well, it was last year, but bear in mind we're still battling COVID last year, so I assume it's temporary.
Okay, so then, yeah, I mean, if it's due to circumstance, then I guess it'll have to do, but I don't like it as a permanent change.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think it's that good as a. I don't think it will be a permanent change.
Yeah, so
It might change after pandemic lockdown. It might change.
okay.
But yeah, it might be like the same temporary thing. But like I say, thank you to everybody who's got involved in the show today. That's very good to get that interaction from people. So, lock or no lock? Go for it, Mike.
Lock or no lock, and quick rationale to your answer. And I'll go Graham first. You ready?
Yep.
Yan Bintao will be the first Chinese player to win a World Championships.
In his career?
No. Will Yan Bintao be the first Chinese player to win a World Championships? Yan Bintao will be the first. Lock or no lock?
I'm gonna go for a lock on that.
Scott?
Lock.
Yeah, I think we're all on that. We all think Yan's the first one. Judd Trump will win Sportsman of the Year. Scott?
Sports Personality of the Year, no lock.
No lock. No lock, no. Because BBC are very selective and very fussy in picking what they pick, so probably not.
Agreed.
Yeah. I mean, they only picked Ronnie last year because there was nothing else on.
And I think Marcus Stead was on about that the other day, how snooker gets well overlooked.
Oh, yes. There will be over 100 centuries at this year's World Championships. Graham?
No lock.
No lock. Scott?
No lock.
No lock. Yep, we're all three no locks there. There will be at least one 147. Scott?
No lock.
Lock.
Graham?
I'll
I'm
lock
saying-
on that one. I think the standard's very high. I think there's there's a couple of 147s missed this season. One done, I think. Was the one done this season?
There's
Yeah,
been
Ryan Day
9
did it.
this
Ryan Day
season.
did it, didn't he?
There's been 9
Yeah.
this season.
So yeah, I think I'll go lock on that one.
I'm going lock on that as well.
Standard's good.
The only reason I'm going
by the way,
no lock
question.
is because the one last year was the first one for 8 years, so I think we're due a bit of a cycle again before we get another one.
Just another question's coming, guys, from a guy called Keith Walker. Hello to Keith there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? And I'll ask Mike this first.
Yep.
What do you guys think about Hendry's chances of qualifying for the Crucible?
I think he will win maybe a round or two. I don't believe he will make it to the final 32. But I think he'll do himself well. He'll show himself well.
Yeah, I agree on that point that Mike's just made. I don't think he's ready to qualify yet. Scott?
I think he'll win the 3 best of 11s, I think, and then lose in the final qualifying round, I think.
Okay. I think we're kind of saying the same thing. None of us have it.
Nothing. So that's thank you, Keith, for that question, by the way.
Yeah, great
Thanks for
question.
getting in touch. Yep.
One or two more, I should say. Stuart Bingham will not qualify for the World Championships. Lock or no lock?
No lock.
Scott?
No lock. I think he will
I'm-
qualify.
I'm on the side. I'm saying lock. He will not qualify.
Oh,
I'm saying
Oh, that's a statement. Right, he'll be there. He'll be there.
I hope so because I like him. I think he's a good player, but I don't know. I think we're going to get a couple of these unknown guys sneak in first. At the last
Here's
one,
another question. Will Mark Davis or Lee Walker qualify?
oh boy.
well, actually, you bring up Mark Davis's qualifying record. He has qualified the most times, you know, in the sense of he's got through the qualifiers the most times. I think he's got through the qualifiers 11 times.
Oh boy.
That does take some doing, doesn't it?
So the last question I got, and it's an easy one, I think. At least one TV commentator will be playing at the Crucible. Lock or
Bang on. I think that's bang on lock.
bang on lock?
Lock. Come
Yeah.
on, Angles, come on.
Yeah. I
Joe
think Angle-
Perry, Angle McManus,
you think
Come
Angle-
on,
Dominic,
Alan.
Dominic Dale.
Yeah, they're in
Yes.
qualifying, though. You think Dominic Dale makes it to the final 32?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
wow.
yes.
Come on, Alan.
I could see a
I
couple. I could see Alan.
Yeah, I think I'm on a hint with him there. I think he'll qualify.
And by the way, if Alan makes it, it'll be 30 years since his debut.
Oh, Alan will make it, won't he?
I'd like his chances the best. I don't think Dominic Dale does. Not last 32.
Okay, Ryan Dale will definitely.
Which one?
Come on,
Ryan
Alan.
Dale. Ryan Dale qualify. I should
Yeah.
imagine.
Oh, Ryan Dale. Yeah, Ryan Dale.
Will Jordan qualify?
Kelly Baker has just said, or Barker, sorry, has just said it's Jimmy's year this year.
Oh, boy.
She said, I don't know if to argue with that, Scott, but she said Jimmy White's year.
What, just to qualify, you mean?
Ah,
No,
yeah.
win it. To win the thing.
Oh, boy. I hope she's right.
Well,
So do I, actually.
ask her this as a I'll ask Kelly this as a trivia question, and she can put the answer underneath. When did
Okay.
Jimmy last qualify?
God. I can't remember that.
Oh, it's been a while.
If
gonna
you
tell
know
us?
it, put the answer underneath this post.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Jimmy apparently will ask Kelly on Friday if she sticks by lock or low lock with that one, Mike.
Yeah, well, I'll ask her the same questions. I'm going to ask her the same ones.
Come on,
Well,
Jimmy.
you can't do that because she's seen them now. You might have to change them.
Well,
It's just an answer, though. It's not a.
Ah, right. Oh, yes. I suppose you're right.
well, let's hope that Jimmy does. That'll be awesome. That'll be wonderful.
Jimmy White's had a good season.
Yeah.
Can't see him winning the world though, but
No.
I
Maybe the
think
lowest-
he
maybe the
might
lowest-
qualify though.
Mark Roberts Wilcox and Kelly both say I think 2006. 2006.
Correct.
That's the
Correct.
answer for that.
2006.
There you go. 2006 the last qualified. So Kelly's going to know that, right?
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
he lost to David Gray.
I think, Scott, you're in heavy competition here.
We're going to see the test on Friday. We're going to get the test.
A stat battle.
Excellent. Sounds great.
Are you up for that, Kelly? Yeah, I'm sure Scott is. So,
Excellent.
so yes. So just to let you guys know who's watching in. Obviously, we've got Chris Bland, Kelly Barker, Keith Walker, Mark Wilcox. They're all tuned in, guys, and whoever else is out there as well. I know
Yeah.
we've had a guy called Bill Lai, who's in there as well. So thanks.
I know Bill. Hi, Bill.
Okay.
It's a good.
Right,
Good.
so he's watching it. So just to let you know, guys, that is Bill from America?
He's from Edmonton. He's
Okay, so
province over from me, but I used to
he'll
work
know.
with him.
He'll know where Cliff is. He'll know where Cliff Thorburn is.
He knows Cliff Thorburn, yeah, for sure.
He knows.
What's that?
He knows him.
Why Cliff Thorburn had some snooker property in Edmonton, and that's where Bill was located.
Ah, okay.
Maybe,
So we've got Cliff Thorburn on Wednesday. Tune in for that, guys. Obviously, tune in for our next episodes. We're on it, but don't let that put you off. Cliff Thorburn's here on Wednesday and Kelly Barker's here on Friday. But we'll be back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, reviewing the Tour Championship, more fantasy football, more fantasy snooker. Sorry, they said the completely wrong thing there. So yeah, Kelly said we'll have to study the almanac each night this week. She said. So
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
yeah.
Sounds
So like I say, Scott, I think she's gonna, have you over there.
Beautiful.
And Kelly, me and Mike can't wait.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent
So-
stuff.
so yeah, be back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Until then, guys, thank you very much. It's been a
Bye-bye.
pleasure yet again.
Yes.
Sounds good. Good night, guys.
Cheers.